Thank you a lot for the very kind introduction, and good morning, everybody. It's my pleasure today representing FPT. Our chairman is supposed to be here today, but he was on another travel, urgent travel. So I'd like to, on behalf of our chairman, would like to present to you a little bit about who we are, FPT. I guess I think half of the or 2/3 of the room here know pretty well about FPT, but let me go through it, and we'd love to explain where we are going and how we are pursuing that. So FPT, as very kind introduction from Mr. Lam and Eric. So we've been working very hard in changing Vietnam. So FPT actually founded in 1988 when I believe that there was no corporate law at that time in Vietnam yet, with a group of 13 people. And last year we hit around 2.17 billion US dollar in terms of revenue. We started with a region that the founder of the companies don't have enough money to live in Vietnam in 1988. The group of 18 people graduated from Russia, come back to Vietnam. They are PhD in math, in physics, and working for Vietnamese Science Academy. So at the very first day, we start with food processing technology. So we believe that food processing technology will get us out of the poverty. But after 2 years, we recognize that we can do much better if we invest in technology, and we use technology not just in food, but also we move to the information technology and change our strategy from that. We listed in Vietnamese Stock Exchange in 2006. I believe that FPT is the company that created the most of millionaire for the employees of the company in the history of Vietnam, and we grow pretty well in recent years. I believe that in the last 10 years we always keep the growth rate more than 20% in terms of revenue and profit for the last 10 years constantly. We are now having around 290 offices around the world, both in Vietnam and outside of Vietnam, and we are representing ourselves in 30 countries all over the world. So we have around 3,500 people in Japan, Vietnamese people and Japan people. We have around 1,500 in the US, etc. So our main overseas business is Japan. And if you go YouTube and you search the Silicon Delta, you see a new videos from Discovery talking about FPT and the journeys for FPT to go abroad. So FPT ourselves do a lot of first thing in Vietnam. For example, we are maybe the first IT company. We implement the biggest IT system in Vietnam, and in 1999 we decided to go abroad, and we go to the US right in the middle of the .com, right? At that time, and we fail miserably, and we go back. We go to India to find opportunity, and then we go to Japan, and our overseas journey had just have gained the very first success in Japan, and we go from there. We change our strategy from domestically to global. By 2000, the years 2000, we established the very first, and I think by now still remain the largest online newspaper. We don't, at that time, newspaper is paper, physically paper. And then APT launched very first online newspaper without any paper. And today we have, I think, around 35 million readers every day accessing that portal right now. 2006, after battling with competition around the world, we recognize that human resource is the most important asset for APT and for Vietnam. So 2006, we established APT University. And APT University today having around 160,000 students in the systems, ranging from K-12, polytechnics, university and graduate school. In 2017, we launched the very first AI platform when it's still very kind of strange word in the industry at that time. And within today, we've been very successful and be leading in the game. So in APT, we divide it into three sectors, three main sectors: technology sector, communication sector, and education. We have some affiliate companies on the commerce like retailing. We own Long Châu, which is the largest pharmacy chains in Vietnam with around 2,000 outlets out there, and APT Shop, which is the second largest digital retail in Vietnam as well. So here is the what we have been doing in the last couple of years. It's not really the last couple of years, the last 36 years actually. We have been building our products, our services in order to serve customers all over the world. In Vietnam, through our products, we directly engage with around 20 million citizens, Vietnamese citizens, through all the channels, through our education system, our online education system, through our healthcare, through our lifestyle, etc., and through the network of the government's systems. Thus, we've been powering and we're running in the last 36 years. And in the middle of this, we put technologies in DC5, which stands for digital conglomerate. So we consolidate all the technologies as we have. We enable the products and enable the services that we bring to our customers. AI in the last 3 years became the main technology focus. So that we bring AI into each of the operation inside APT. If we are selling a product, there is an operation by AI inside. If we are selling a service, there will be a differentiation that's created by AI inside that service. For our overseas business, we've been working with, I think most of the logos there are very well known to all of the audience here. And last year, we hit $1 billion in terms of revenue coming from overseas markets. And this year, we'll expect about 1 million and 200 coming this year, 2014. So inside FPT, we have 5 keywords. In Vietnamese, is ai, bạn, xe, so, xanh. That means AI, artificial intelligence, semiconductor, automotive. Digital transformation, of course, is the main wave in the last couple of years. And of course, green transformation. We need to be in the leading edge of the transforming to the green, to the ESG. So our objective for artificial intelligence is we need to serve 50% of Vietnamese population through our AI systems. We need to invent new products, new IPs, so that we can improve the productivity of Vietnamese people through artificial intelligence. And we are also targeting to transform Vietnam into an AI hub. So we've been working, collaborating with a lot of organizations around the world, building the capability in Vietnam, and then persuade them to move their R&D centers here to Vietnam. And I believe that in the coming years, there will be more and more people moving into Vietnam, establish R&D centers, and focus in AI from here in Vietnam. Of course, you know, Vietnam has great opportunity with semiconductor, right? Mr. Lam and our chairman is working very hard to bring semiconductor to Vietnam. I think the best motivation is to transform Vietnam's industries, to bring a new and very important industry to Vietnam. And then we, as a leading technology company, we involve ourselves into this one by providing added services like on designing and especially on training. Semiconductors requires a lot of skilled workers and engineers, and that's what Vietnam is lacking of. So we very much focus in enabling Vietnamese people with skills necessary for semiconductor. Automotive, of course, is the in every industrial revolution, moving things around is the most important use case, right? From the first automotive, locomotive transformation, and then car industry, and then information, and then back to the car industry. Automotive been transforming from manufacturing work to software work. Right now, cars is called software-defined vehicle. The differentiations from electric cars is not on the engines itself, but it's on the software on the car itself. A car have more code, more programming work than an airplane. So automotive industry is growing very fast, and we have a big customer base in this area as well. So that's why we identify automotive is one of the very key important programs inside FPT. Digital transformation is pretty easy to understand. It's a must-have thing to do, and of course green transformation in order to have a sustainable economy and sustainable growth, and we love to invest in. And from MPT, our chairman has have an ambition goal to achieve around 1 million employees by 2035. So this is very ambitious goal. We don't know if we can reach it by 2035, but this will be maybe a couple of years late. Of course, then I think I gone through some of this information here. So semiconductor moving into Vietnam, from the investment point of view, I believe that you have a lot of information about it, and you see a lot of companies, even NVIDIA is moving back to Vietnam with their ecosystem. It's not just by themselves, but by their ecosystem. For us, semiconductor is a core technology. It's like air. If we don't have semiconductor, then the world will stop working. Information stop flowing and productivity drop. So semiconductor is a core of the technologies today. But we have new technologies coming in, and it will create the true industrial revolutions for our lifetime. AI coming in, which be able to improve like tenfolds of the productivity, maybe, I don't know, but it's that big. It will change the course of the competitions between countries, between companies. Imagine that we've been competing between the countries based on the labor force, based on the infrastructure investment, etc. And the technology will be imported, so it's not a problem. But now it's come. If you look at the labor force, people are not competing with each other alone. Now people with AI gonna be competing with each other. So if Vietnam want to compete with other countries, then it's Vietnamese people and AI associated with this. And then right now, most of the AI is coming from hyperscalers, coming from big techs in the world. And from our perspective, we see that we need to build the sovereign AI for Vietnam. So we'll compete with the world, with the Vietnamese human capital and the AI capital. So yes, for FPT, our strategies for semiconductor is pretty clear. So we focus on design. In 2022, we launched our first subsidiaries for designing chips and then ODM the chips for the factories to invest. And then we focus mostly right now on the education. We want to achieve that. We want to be able to complete our ambitious program to train around 10,000 engineers and experts, supplying it to the market here in Vietnam and overseas for the industry through our education systems. And of course, my background is on AI, so maybe I will share you more about AI. But we know that 19 trillion value will be added up by AI into the economy, and will drive around 3.5% of the GDP of the world GDPs. And the growth rate of the AI industry is around 38% per annum in the next 10 years. So it will create a new and truly very promising industry. What value it will bring? It will bring value in customer experience. We all know that's the most, we had waiting, we had delaying, and AI will remove all this delay inside the customer experience. Imagine that if you make a call, and then you have to wait. You have to wait for somebody to answer you, and then one day you have AI answering all of your calls, resolving all of your inquiries. So the first one that AI bring is on the customer experience. And we have amplifying productivity. Today, people can work, and then tomorrow it's going to be like 5-fold, 10-fold more productive. So it will change the world. And then, of course, it's going to create a new business model with the new growth of the business model. So we imagine that in the future, the workforce is not just the human workforce. The workforce is a collaboration between human and AI. AI working with AI, AI working with human, human working with human is the way the world will be. When you call customer service agents, you will not know if you are talking to machines or you are talking to a real human. It's happening today. If you go to claim your insurance, likely 99% of the insurance claim will be processed by AI. Even clarify with you some of the information, is AI going to be clarifying information with you? Training and employee support, etc. So I'll bring here today 4 stories that we've been working with. So we've been working with many customers, I think about 17, 80 banks in Vietnam, transforming their contact centers. Right now, if you're calling to our customers' contact center, it's been answered by machines, either via messaging or via phone call. So for one of the flagship customers, we be able to automate around 12 million calls a month. That means almost of the call, if you are calling into their contact center, will be answered by the machines. And we also bringing it into sale. When you call to the contact center, customer happy, then the machines automatically upsell you a new financial products, for example. And it's successful, and it's been featured by NVIDIA for the one of the very successful case in AI. Automating documents, right? Before Grab is one of our customers using our AI solution for onboarding. So before using AI, it will take them around 1 hour to onboard one partner. But after using AI, it will take around 3-5 minutes for the partners to complete their onboarding process. And we're also extending this technology to insurance, to other industry as well, and been receiving a lot of productivity improvement. So FPT software, I think that's the campus you are visiting tomorrow, having $1 billion coming from software services. That's mean coding. And right now, machines, AI can do coding pretty well. If you give them a task, they can be able to provide some simple solutions. So we see that the competition of FPT software developers is not just between the developer itself and other developers. It's between the developer and Code Vista, which is our own AI for coding, helping the developers to improve like 50% of the productivity in some of the projects. And it's have a lot. It produces more consistent results, and it can have us from gathering requirements from customer until developing the application and then testing the application itself. And then we still have employees. They still play a very crucial role. So how can we transform them? How can we have them to be more efficient, to be more valuable in the economy of human and AI together? So we have a solution called FPT AI Mentor, which try to understand your mind. When you're working, when you're learning, it will build up a graph of your knowledge. Which one is your strength? Which topic is your strength? Which aspect is your weakness? And this will have you to fulfill the knowledge to improve the weakness of yourself. And we apply this to our pharmacies chain. All the pharmacies being managed by, be mentored by these applications, by this AI system, and we achieve incredible results to increase 15% of their competencies. So they will issue faster results, and they are providing a better quality based on the understanding of the AI system for the weakness and the strength of the employees. So that's change our world in the future. That's very, very small examples, very small results that we achieve. And we're expecting that the mainstream result will be much bigger than that. So we are preparing for that future. We've been gathering a big team of AI professionals, more than 1,000 of them. And we work with partners who are the leading research institutes and AI corporation, AI startups all over the world. Like Mila is from Canada, when Joshua Benjo, one of the father of AI, is working, and Landing AI from Andrew Ng, etc. And we are also preparing for the infrastructures. Having good AI system require very strong computing systems to support it. And then we're investing, building our core technologies in generative AI, etc. So we have built up all the ecosystem for AI, from the infrastructures, from the platform for generative AI, from the applications on top of it, and especially from the use cases, from the solutions that we bring to customers. We understand that using AI is hard. It's not easy to adopt AI, so we put a lot of effort to simplify, to democratize AI. To have business using AI is just like using Word or Excel. So we are on the way to do that. And this year we have a very bold collaboration with NVIDIA, building up the AI factories. That means the AI is not the real factories, but it's the software, it's the hardware computing in factories to produce AI models, to produce AI systems. And then we also collaborating with them on the global scale for service delivery to have our customer implementing AI all over the world. And of course, we're transforming the workforce in Vietnam and in FPT education as well. So I think that's pretty sis about the FPT and what we are, where we are going and what we are working right now. So hopefully it's bring you some interesting information. Thank you very much.
My first question is if there's that AI mentor for fundraising professionals, and if so, can I be beta person number 1? I need help. So we don't agree with that. So there are about 4 minutes left. So if there are any questions, I didn't see anybody type in any questions, so clearly no one knows how to use the QR code, but if you do, you can type them in. Are there any questions for Mr. Lei? Not everyone at once.
Yeah.
Any questions from people that don't work for VinaCapital?
Hi, Alex. Thank you for that. I mean, this is all very compelling, but as you think about the things that, I don't want to be too negative, but what can go wrong? What can slow this down for you? It's clearly very ambitious, but where do you see potential roadblocks?
I think the most important is the mindset of the businesses. That's what can create the market. If we've been working a lot with our customers, and they see the potential for new technologies like AI, and they see the risk as well. So we right now spending a lot of effort educating businesses to adopt new technologies to increase the productivities. So the risk will take a little bit long for business to adopt. That's the first one. I think the second one always relies on the human resource. We've been for both semiconductor and for AI, Vietnam now don't have that much talents. Vietnamese people, we have a lot of Vietnamese people who's talents, but working overseas. If you go to Silicon Valley, you see a lot of Vietnamese people there. And then our mission is to get those people go back to Vietnam and contribute for Vietnam. Yeah. So if we can solve those two problems, I think the future will be very bright. Yeah.
Okay, last question here. Excuse me.
Thank you very much for a very interesting presentation, and it's interesting to see your aggressive global ambitions. But you're up against other incumbents who are very well established, who also have a strong proposition. Mm-hmm. So how will FPT differentiate themselves to have a compelling proposition in global markets? Mm-hmm.
So I can tell you a very short history of how we compete with those giants. So at the very beginning, when we was very small, right? few hundred million, we go out, we meet, we fight with Infosys, with Wipro, with Accenture, etc. We're very established. And at that time, we have two differentiations. First, we work on cutting-edge technologies. So those established companies, they are work pretty much on the traditional IT systems. So our investment into cutting-edge technologies like mobile, cloud, analytics, etc., pay back. So most of our projects as we won from our overseas customer is on the innovation projects. And then when we be successful on the innovation project, we go back competing in the legacy systems. So that's the first one. The second one is a risk mitigation strategy. Most of those companies established have big establishment in India. And at that time, it's the India +1. So it's a risk mitigation when we are still small. And then right now, when we become bigger, and then we need to win the competitions, it turns out to be still cutting edge technology. We are investing in every cutting edge technology to create our differentiations. And of course, we start our M&A. We start each year we conduct around 4 or 5 M&As in order to fulfill the capabilities as we need in competing head to head with those established companies.
Thank you so much for your comments. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.